Hey, what's good, y'all? Fusion here, back with another video. We got Smurfy here, and then we do have Vegas, but he's an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. So what do you got to say to the people?
I just gotta say, happy February.
Going on, niggers.
Messed up Tom. Anyway, all right. So we're talking about looter shooters. Smurfy brought this up. He was talking about how the new Destiny 2 update is coming out. I forgot that people still like pay attention to that game. But you want to start it off, honey? We just what you think about just like the looter shooter genre in general?
Yeah, I think it's one of the. I like looter shooters. I love the content and idea behind them. I think they can be really good because I like MMOs to an extent, but the grind for those games feels more it feels like less satisfying when you're just doing. But I feel like the looter shooters since mostly it's better on controller, but people do play on PC. But it feels more satisfying. Even when you're grinding, it didn't feel like I was really grinding in a way. Like it felt like I could sit there and I could shoot, like when they had the loot cave for Destiny 1, I could shoot that loot cave for about like 3 or 4 hours and not be bored. Unlike with MMOs, sometimes it gets really repetitive and it's kind of slow in comparison to looter shooters, which are a bit more fast paced. So I kind of like the pacing better for that reason. But I feel like the genre overall has kind of been a letdown, even though Destiny 2 has been for the most part successful on technically because it's been around for so long.
Yeah, I don't really play a lot of looter shooters. I'm sorry. Were you done with your point?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. I don't really play a lot of looter shooters. I really only played the first Destiny, which I really didn't enjoy that much. I played a little bit of Anthem. I really didn't enjoy that either. I skipped the Borderlands. I just never really had a chance to play it. But just the whole having to play the game for 10 hours just to get decent stuff, just that isn't for me, I guess. Like, I've never really been big into MMOs in general. So when we would play Elder Scrolls Online, I'd play it for a while, but then I'd be like, man, like, this is so slow. Like, so I guess that's my problem. Is it does take time to ramp up, but I just think the problem with Destiny and Anthem is that what you could do in the game was sort of like boring and like limited. It was okay, so you protect this spot while we upload this, or you clear out all of these enemies and then you can go through that. I think that's sort of boring, especially when you do have all of those worlds. So I think if they were to make a good looter shooter, I feel like the world would have to be fleshed out. I feel like the grind is still important, but I think that there should be some way to make the grind a little bit easier. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
Well, I feel like with the grind, it's kind of like it has to be. I feel like for MMOs and looter shooters, the grind is kind of part of the skill gap, I guess you could say. Because like unlike what FPS is, it's like you play the game a lot. There's no like items that you can get that are really good by playing FPSs a long amount of time, right? It's like a big part of the charm of MMOs and looter shooters is like the satisfaction of having an item that takes like 30, 40 hours and you finally get that item. There is a level of satisfaction with that, and that not many people can do. But I do understand from the fact that it's a gatekeep in a way, because some people just don't want to play a game, like you said, for 20 hours like in a day, or like sometimes even 40 hours. I have one of my coworkers who's a big Destiny player. There's like an item he was talking about that they get. They have to play the same raid over and over again, and it's like a 1% drop rate, and that is crazy. And he said he played it 18 times and he got it, but his friend who plays it, he's played like 50 plus times, he has not even come close to getting it.
Dang.
So it's like, so I understand, I guess, because like some people don't want to, like, it's gotta be, potentially, I guess, could be a way to help both parties. But I think that's part of the kind of like the satisfaction of playing a looter shooter or MMO is just like that grind, and you get the item that you've been really trying to grind for. But I've played a ton of looter shooters. I played Borderlands. I played Destiny 2. I played also Anthem. I was actually really excited for Anthem, and it let me down. But I did like the content, the template that they had made for those games. I think all of them were really great. I think Borderlands obviously has done it the best in the limited content they released in the first launch. But I know like Destiny 2 has probably only been the reason why Destiny 2 has been considered a good game is because they continued to push out content, and that content was good content. If you just kept the base game of Destiny 2, that would not have been the case. And the same thing happened in Destiny 1 is where you had so much content that came from after the game, so you'd have spent another like probably around $100 to get all the content for that game to be a fully fleshed game. When I first got Destiny 1, I beat the main story like in like I think it's like maybe like 5 hours, 10 hours maybe max. That's highballing it. And then Destiny 2 is kind of the same case as well. And then Anthem was also like probably even less than that. It was 8 hours. And then all the other content you had to do was like replaying the same missions and replaying the same missions at that point until the DLC came out, which is usually like another couple months later. So that was very annoying because like you like the game and you want to keep playing it, but then there's just like there's no new content. There's no real even then at the point the item grind is not even crazy because the game just came out. None of the crazy stuff's out yet. So it just kind of like it's tough because I know that all these games have had really good like templates, but then it seems like they just don't like either they just underestimate the amount of time people put into the games, and I think that ultimately makes it fall short because they don't have enough content to drive early, and so you're having to invest way more than you should for the game. But other than that, I mean, I love looter shooter, and I would love another one. I'm not gonna play Destiny 2, but I would love another looter shooter to come out because I would definitely play that a lot. And I like MMOs too, but I prefer looter shooters if I can get a good one to come out.
All right, I feel you. Maybe I just haven't found the right one, or I really don't have time to play like something like that. So, but yeah, in closing, I think that the genre needs to be tweaked to keep certain people interested, but if it works and still has people playing it, then I wouldn't fix it much. What do you have in closing?
I want to say I almost forgot. I would say Anthem could have been a Destiny killer had they made the game better, because the combat system was way better than Destiny's. It was more, actually not better, but unique, and it was a very satisfying thing in content. The concept I think was a little bit cooler, but I think if someone have to be able to compete with Destiny, they're gonna have to commit long term and understand that more than likely that people are going to run that game and need to be prepared to have enough content in the base game to hold people over until they release additional content. And I think looter shooters are probably a game that casual people can enjoy, but also like competitive. So I don't know if they release a new one. But I think looter shooters are a great alternative instead of this current like meta of gaming where it's all battle royales and crappy multiplayer and game like battle passes. I think we need a change of like gaming and different types of games.
Facts. All right. And you kept on bringing up Anthem. So before we do end the video, if this video gets 10 likes, we are going to drop our most disappointing games, because I have a couple games where I felt like I was very disappointed in, and I don't know about you, Honeywee, but I would just love to talk about it because honestly, I got a few of them. So 10 likes. If we get 10 likes, we will be dropping the video. But I'll see you guys later. Peace.